time is of the essence.
It's,
and
yeah,
I'm running
it is. It
two
would,
businesses and
yeah, it would affect business quite a bit. Portfolio pieces per week on the Instagram.
Yep.
There is also maybe another goal that we want to have, which is you doing a LinkedIn post.
the LinkedIn posts would be the YouTube video that we're uploading.
Most likely. Which
And
is
then
good. Yeah.
the other one, would you have something like that on your Veronica Krem?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you just pick and choose. So if you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'd like to post this week and I post something else, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I do think we need to have different content though, because a lot of our contacts will overlap.
Yep.
But I can always share yours. You can share mine as well.
True.
Just to make additional posts as well.
Okay, cool.
Then for building the Facebook ad sets in Vonnimedia, this is going to be something that you just got to block away time for to achieve this goal, and then also book in when you're going to teach everyone and present it by.
Yeah.
There's two parts to it. One is actually going in probably on like the Vonnimedia ad account and build everything in there, and then also strategize how you're going to build in there. So I think this activity will take you a solid day to do, and then also I think that the presentation of it as well, whether you also are teaching Facebook as well.
The like 2 hours will involve like going through like the Facebook setup and like how to actually build stuff and best practices that go along with that, and also how is it like a process now that we have all these ad sets. This is what we do to duplicate, import, export into
That's right.
a new like account or existing.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So how have you been finding January, which is coming to a close?
Yes.
Are you working on website banners?
Yes. So
Let's go through all the website banners actually that you had due
yes,
to see
and,
how you're progressing with your goal. Let's see how far along you did get,
Yes.
how you're feeling about website banners,
Yeah,
and whether
I'm
you
feeling-
can go, I'm a website banner.
person.
Yes. Beautiful. Did you have fun being able to create it?
Yeah,
I was really
did.
happy that you were able to get, you know, some skills in there to make a transparent background. That was
Yes.
very impressive. And really
Yeah,
nice.
Gabby taught me how to do that.
Yes, through Canva.
Yes.
Yes, not remove.bg, that third party
No,
website.
through Canva.
Awesome. Questions from my friend Isabella Linden, who runs Vibe Management and Vibe Social, which is social media management and then also influencer management and event management, and she's a superstar. So she asked a bunch of questions, and yeah, we're very much both in marketing, and I thought she had some awesome kind of things that I also wanted to answer in the video. Number one is tips on how to reduce CPC. So CPC is cost per click, and cost per click is, I think I spoke about this in the first video, but it's basically how much does it cost to get someone to your website if you're doing paid advertising, because you have to give money to the platform. So let's just say you have to give money to Facebook in order for them to then, you know, give impressions to your ad so that you can be seen. And then a cost per click is how expensive was it to actually get someone from seeing it to then clicking through and actually having that experience. So if people are seeing it and not clicking, then you're more likely going to have a higher cost per click, which isn't good, which means you haven't enticed people to actually go to your website. Whereas if you get a really cheap cost per click, it means that you have really enticed people. So my biggest tips on getting that CPC low, so basically making it so people are clicking lots, is to really work on your creative and what makes sense to the people that you've targeted. So that would be, you know, really thinking of ways to creatively stand out. I think that's the biggest variable to actually changing that number, and also thinking of the ways that you're creatively crafting your copywriting as well to then entice those people. It could also be that maybe your marketing targeting could be better refined as well, but I think number one, your creative. That's like the ultimate that can change the game for that. Next one is, what do each member of your team do? Oh, I mentioned this in the second video that's up, so definitely go and check that out because I actually go into depth about what each of them do in that video. Number 3, how did the business come about? I would say it started by me really wanting to work for myself and then really understanding that marketing is such a valuable skill set that can help a lot of businesses and creatives really make their livelihood kind of come to life through paid advertising. I really saw the revenue that can come from that, and then I really wanted to be able to teach that to others, both in like a team perspective from all the team members that have now learnt this skill set, but also for our clients as well to deliver those results. So I was very fascinated by it, and I was like, wow, like if I'm like blown away by seeing this on a couple of accounts, imagine all the businesses that we could help out who don't know of this. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about, me recognizing that it was a really valuable skill set and then being able to teach others, both at a team level and then also for all the clients as well who we have. What are some lessons you have learnt throughout the journey? I've learnt a lot of lessons. I think, and I mentioned this briefly in the previous one as well, but I think it's just to not think that you need everything to get started. So you can literally just start with your laptop or, you know, at a local cafe, figuring out how you can have a valuable skill in marketing and then be able to exchange that for, you know, for financial, or maybe it's something whether they can help you out with, you know, taking some creative content and then you in exchange help them with a piece of marketing. It's just about delivering your services to people, maybe starting off as free and then leaning into offering for payment for your services. But either way, I think just getting started, you've got a laptop, you've got YouTube, you've got those free courses from the actual platforms themselves. That's all you need to get started. Would you do anything different? I don't think so. I'm really enjoying every day. I really love it. I think the only thing I would do is probably look at prioritizing a little bit more balance between work-life balance, but I think being the CEO, you're always wanted, you're always in demand, and you kind of have to accept that you're going to work very, very hard, which I love doing. I think I would just maybe put a bit more emphasis on that during the peak seasons so I don't burn out as much. Yeah, this is the next question. It's the importance of switching off and how you try and do it. I don't really have a good tip for this one. I would say that making time with friends is really important. So I'll often arrange like dinners with friends or coffee dates, and I find that because I'm probably a mixture of extrovert and introvert, but I do really love catching up with friends and having that be like, you know, the memories that I'm making with my friends are really important to me. So as long as I schedule a few of those in, and then I also schedule in some time to just unwind and relax, I find that that's my way of feeling very happy with how I've balanced my week. Showing how you prepare for client meetings. Well, as you could see from us running to the car and being covered in rain, I'm not very prepared for client meetings. No, that's a lie. Not very prepared when it comes to time management just before the client meetings, but I would say I come prepared in the sense that I identify the kind of pain points that they're experiencing and come ready with solutions that I think would be best practice for them to start to implement, and just really listening to them as well and hearing out where their pain points are and if they are marketing related or if they're more business related. Sometimes with a mixture of the two, and just really being able to be solution oriented. And I'm not a, you know, I am sort of a, what's the word? I can try my best to help with every single thing, but I don't know everything. So sometimes I'll outsource it to other people to help with a particular problem, or I can really offer, you know, what would be best practice and we could be the solution for that. But either way, it's just about caring. I care about my clients, and that's how I come best prepared, is I really think about what they want. And then what do you do once you leave a client meeting? When I leave a client meeting, I often really take notes just to really understand exactly some key things that I think that will go from my short-term memory straight away. And I basically, just keep them notes in my phone, and then I'll give myself a deadline of when I have to reach out to them by. And I often let them know, like, hey, if I haven't heard from you by, say, Thursday, I'll give you a call. So I very much leave a next option of contact. So for example, with this meeting that we're heading to now, as we were sort of going through and discussing whether this scope was going to be, you know, aligned with each other, it was something that was almost like a proposal that I was delivering. I basically said, hey, if you do choose us, let's lock in a tentative meeting for 3 p.m. Friday where we can go over our next steps together. And they did choose us for this role, and then now I do have a 3 p.m. meeting with them. So I think it's always about following up with the next point of contact so that they have expectations when they're going to hear from you next, so they have clarity, but also for you, you're continuing that relationship with a solid plan in place. they are all the questions that Isabella asked. Oh my gosh. Yes, I hope that is very helpful in terms of some different things that I do in the business. And if you do have any more questions, do leave them below, or you can just DM me on Instagram as well. I'd love to be able to answer more about anything you have. Thanks guys again for watching. I hope that you're loving the vlogs and being able to get an insight into what the days are like here at Vonnimedia and just life in general. No day is the same, as you guys have seen, and we've been really enjoying the journey, being able to show you what's been going on. Remember to like the video if you're enjoying it, to subscribe, and comment down below anything that you want to find out in regards to the agency or life in general. We're always all ears, and we've been loving creating this content for you guys. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.